recite Surah Fatiha for Muhammad bin Qasim, Sayyid Sahil Hussain, Sayyid Ali Jafar, Sayyid Hassan Imam, Dr. Muhammad Ali Shaheed, and for all Muslims. As-salatu wa-salamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin khatamun nabiyyin Abil Qasim Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Belief in the next world and the hereafter is an essential part of being a Muslim. Whoever denies it is not a Muslim. It is the doctrine of resurrection and one of the five usul deens. The Quran uses two expressions to express this: the first day and the last day. The first day is the period and duration of this world, which it will end eventually, and the last day is the period and duration of the next world, which is endless. What we do on the first day depends on what will happen to us on the last day. We need to understand that our thoughts, habits, deeds, and actions will not obliterate or vanish. They will stay with us till the last day. From the Islamic point of view, eternal life can be clear from concerning these questions. What is death? Death is receiving into custody from the divine revelations, which gives us 3 points. Death is not annihilation, destruction, or non-existent. It is just a shifting from one world to another world, from one phase of life to another phase of life. And the second thing, the Quran uses two words, self and soul. Our bodies will decompose and decay, but our soul will remain with us forever. And the third one, our soul is we are mortal because our soul is immortal. So, Barzakh is a thing which lies between two things to separate them. It is an interval between death and the day of resurrection. Barzakh is a sort of life which has pleasure and pain. During the Battle of Badr, a lot of people from the Quraysh had died, and the Holy Prophet of Islam had put them in a well because he couldn't bury them. After the Battle of Badr, he put his head inside the well and asked them, "Did you get what you promised?" The Holy Prophet of Islam said that. And then his companions asked him, "Can they really hear you?" The Holy Prophet of Islam responded by saying, "Yes, now they can hear better than you can," which gives us 2 points. During Barzakh, we will only be asked our faith and our beliefs. Then the rest will be asked during the day of resurrection. And the second thing, when someone is dead, we want to send them so that we can send them money for them and prayer, which will benefit them, eventually make them happy. A thing which, unlike the day of resurrection, Barzakh, the Barzakh is an individual affair, but the day of resurrection isn't an individual affair. It requires the whole world. The Quran says, "The stars shall fade, the sun shall lose its brilliance, the ocean shall be dry, and everything shall go flat, and there shall be a new world which will last forever."
Salawat.
Now I would like to discuss the Quranic argument of the Day of Resurrection. When fall and winter come, everything dies. The plants, grass, and trees die. But they come back to life during spring because of the earth. This is a small example of the Day of Resurrection. Usually mankind lives up to 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, sometimes even 100 or even more years. We see this dozens of times. But let's say if something lived for only a few months, like a mosquito or a bug, it will not understand or believe in the next day, the Day of Resurrection, because it hasn't seen it. It will be so surprised. But we will not. We will expect this because we expected it. Like if a bug lived in a tree, which a tree lived in, the bug would know if the tree is in a garden, if the garden's in a city, the city's in a state, the state's in a country, if the country's in a continent, if the continent is in the world in the solar system is in the galaxy. It would know that because it doesn't. We know that, so we believe in it. That's why, since we know the season and we know what will happen, we know the Day of Resurrection will come. Well, the bug doesn't. So, Karbala is a school from which we can learn a lot of things what happened. Before the Battle of Karbala, Imam Hassan al-Islam wrote a letter and gave it to his wife and told her to give it to Hazrat Qasim al-Islam when he seen him upset during the Battle of Karbala. When the Battle of Karbala came, Hazrat Qasim al-Islam asked Imam Hussein al-Islam 2 times if he could battle. Imam Hussein al-Islam said no because of 2 reasons. He was 13 and he was too young, and the other reason because he was his mother's only child. When this happened, and Hazrat Qasim was really upset. When his mom saw this, she gave him the letter. When he saw the letter, he smiled and gave it to Imam Hussein al-Islam. When Imam Hussein saw it, he said, I cannot deny a request from a father to his son. So he said, you can battle on the Battle of Karbala. And then Hazrat Qasim al-Islam asked, are we in the right path? Imam Hussein al-Islam said, yes, we are. But what do you think of death? Hazrat Qasim al-Islam said, don't worry, uncle, I don't think of death as scaring me. I think of death as sweeter than honey. So, when the Battle of Karbala came, Hazrat Qasim fought bravely and was really good. Every time he was fighting someone, he waved to Hazrat Abbas al-Islam because he taught him how to fight. And as a good teacher, Hazrat Abbas al-Islam waved back to him. When he waved back, the Yazid's army realized that hand-to-hand combat with Hazrat Qasim wasn't good enough head-on, so they had to hit him from behind, a 13-year-old child. So they hit him in the head behind. Since he was so young and thirsty, he fell down. And then he yelled for help for Imam Hussein and Hassan Abbas al-Islam. When they came, the Yazid's army saw that the strong people were together, and they got scared. So they ran back and forth wherever they want. While they were running, they ran over Hazrat Qasim al-Islam, and he got torn into pieces. When he got torn into pieces, after that, Imam Hussein al-Islam took a chadar and put the pieces in the chadar. After he took the chadar and took it to his mom,